Okay, so we're roofing or repairing some of the roof at the Bull Run up on the top above the porch, and I'm doing some of the crown molding right now that's on the second floor roof line, and I'm finding a bunch of these little tiny nails, and they're very rusted and they're very old, so I wanted to know how old they were. So being a normal chemistry teacher, I brought them into my classroom and did a couple tests, and there's really three ranges that they could fall into date-wise. Mid-1700s, 1800s, and 1900s. So I did a test for cesium, which all iron after World War II has cesium in it from nuclear testing. So I did a test for it using a potassium iodide, looking for cesium crystals, and there were none. So it's got to be before World War II. So then I tested for carbon, which nails from the early to mid 1700s have about 3 to 4% carbon, which will leave like a black stain in the wood, which I did find a black stain where all these nails are, which indicates the carbon. So I tested for it and lost about 6 nails in the testing process, but did find roughly that percentage carbon, which puts them at about 1750, 1760 as their oldest, so that means they must be fairly original, 1740 when this building was built. And they're square, which means a blacksmith would have gotten a long square rod, snipped individual nails, tapered the ends, and then put them in his anvil and smacked down the top to make a head. So each one of these nails, which I found a ton of them, were individually made. Then these ones were used to hold up some more trim. They're a lot longer, a lot bigger, but they're rectangular. University of Vermont Historical Department says that this type of nail was mid-1800s. So these are mid-1800s. These are roughly 1740 original, which we can assume they're original to 1750. Tons of them all over the place.
Can you tell us about the axe?
And the axe was found when I removed a piece of the crown molding, which was really old, and the axe was wedged in between two of the ceiling joists, so it couldn't have slid down the joists and just kind of fallen because it was wire. So somebody placed it there. Assumption is they were working on the roof, they were using the axe for some reason, who knows. Somebody put it there, forgot it, and then molded over it. So the axe, unless you want to hear my conspiracy theory, I think somebody got murdered with it and it was put there to hide.
The weapon?
It's still sharp. It's still a sharp axe. So be careful.
Okay.
So those are some interesting things I found while doing the roof.
Mr. Mustard in the roof with an axe?
That's something. I don't know if it goes.
Colonel Mustard. All right. Thank you, Dan Dufour.